Hi guys, welcome to a new video. It's Andrew here. If you can tell from outside, it's snowing a lot, so it finally feels like winter. It's already 2024, and around this time, a lot of people are trying to have a strong, productive start to their year, and there's no better time to organize our life in the non-physical sense. So that includes organizing our goals, our plans, our tasks, and just giving more structure to our future journey ahead in achieving anything we desire. So today I wanted to kind of go over how I organize my entire life in 2024. As an extreme J in the MBTI spectrum, if you know, you know, I get really anxious if I don't have my next steps planned out. So organization and planning is a crucial part of my daily life. I want to specifically get into how I organize my academic life, so how I prepare for exams, tests, assignments, quizzes, study materials, as well as the study schedule, my personal state, including my physical, mental, and emotional well-being, and finally the financial side of life, so budgeting. I organize my life across different media, including my laptop, iPad, my Miffy notebook here, as well as my bullet journal. And all these different tools basically allow me to achieve two things. One is to have a big overlook or like a general picture of what my life is going to look like, which includes like big major events, big tasks that I want to accomplish, goals, etc. And number two, it allows me to get more into details, which specifically lays out the path or the journey I need to take in order to achieve those big picture goals. To start with, let's first go into how I organize my academic/professional life. Okay, to organize my academic life, I mostly use my iPad and my Miffy notebook. And first, this Miffy notebook. So here I have two different spreads, a weekly spread and a monthly spread. And in the monthly spreads, I basically just write down all the important dates. So when big exams are coming up, when quizzes are due, when I have clinical days and such. So it just gives me a big overlook on what my term is going to look like. And in the weekly spread, I write down all the materials that I need to study and the assignments that I need to complete each day of the week. Because like we have different classes each day. I want to write down what I want to do in preparation for each of the classes that I have that day. And if I have any quizzes or homework due that day, I'll also jot it down so that I make sure to complete it that day. And again, this just allows me to have a general overview of what my upcoming week is going to look like and estimate how much work I would have the upcoming week. And in order to get more into specific details, I use my iPad. So now let's get into my iPad. I use my iPad to create this weekly template, and it looks really intimidating at first, but trust me, it's a lot simpler than you think. So I basically just plan out my schedule by the hour every single day of the week, and all the tasks I wrote down on my Miffy notebook earlier, I transfer it here, but specifically organized by the hour I want to get those done. For example, I could plan to look over my histology notes in the morning session and finish a different assignment in the afternoon or evening study sessions. I also like to color code my schedule for a better outlook. So highlighted in green are all of my classes, browns are all of my study sessions, and highlighted in blue are just like daily activities, and all the yellows are just like basic needs activities like eating and sleeping. And also, at the beginning of every term, I like to put my schedule for that specific term so that I could always refer back to it. That's how I organize the academic aspect of my life. So now let's go into how I organize my personal life. Okay, so now let's go into how I organize my personal life. And I wanted like a change of scenery because I was getting a little sick of that corner. But most of my personal life organization happens in my bullet journal, which I treasure very dearly. This is already my second bullet journal, and I've been bullet journaling since 2021, I believe. So this is my third year. And the two main aspects I like to focus on while organizing my personal life is my habits and emotional well-being. Every month, I like to do a monthly spread. which includes another calendar as well as a tracker. And what distinguishes this calendar from my academic calendar is that this only includes like personal plans, birthdays, holidays, and etc. I have some academic stuff written on here just for like another reminder, but this is more of like an everything calendar, and the calendar from my Miffy notebook is purely for academics. And in my tracker, I like to track a few things. Above here, I have my habits, and below here I track my emotional well-being, my stress level, and my energy level. So on my habit tracker, I maintain 6 main habits, and these icons represent each of them. From top to bottom, they are waking up early, sleeping early, personal reading, studying, working out, and doing my hobbies. And in the chart below, I track my emotional well-being in green, my stress level in gray, and my energy level in brown. It goes from 1 to 10, 1 being I am stressed, tired, and in a bad mood, and 10 being I am happy, I am stress-free, and I am energetic. Both my habit and mood trackers are self-assessed, so I practice a lot of integrity. I only check my habits if I spent the time and energy into it and it was a productive session. So like for example, let's say I'm like really busy traveling and stuff, like even if I'm reading for like 10 minutes in between, I'll still check it off because I was actively thinking about it. I made sure to do it. And other than my monthly spreads, I also have a daily spreads. So for my daily spreads, I have like a bunch of different things and they're all really personal, so I won't like specifically show you exactly what it is. A few things I have in my daily spreads are my journals, like summaries of my day, shadow work, gratitude journals, affirmations, travel plans, any like YouTube video ideas, as well as like a cooking schedule just to make sure I finish everything in my fridge before it goes bad. So just ideas of what to make. I also write down my dreams, my goals. I don't know if I mentioned earlier, but I also like to do my packing list and my itinerary when I'm traveling. Yeah, so I just have a lot of different things. And I also love to decorate mine. This is decorated in Miffy stickers. And the purpose of these daily spread is to check in with myself and my thoughts, because I believe that self-awareness is key in maintaining your own happiness and mental well-being. So that is all for my personal life organization. Now let's get into the final section, which is the monetary side to things. So welcome to the last section of my Planning 2024 video. And I'm going to finish it in my bed because that's the only other part of the room. It's just my desk, my dining table, and my bed. I live in a studio, guys. So planning and organizing this aspect of my life, so budgeting basically, is something that I've incorporated fairly recently. And that's because I was just so terrible at budgeting. I was always overspending unknowingly and I was always falling short of money because of that. So it was a big goal for me in this year to take it more seriously and have a better organization of my spendings. And I was very inspired by Life with Hope, and the template that I made is basically just a modified version of what she made. So I'll show that to you now. It's really fun. So this is my template. I have 6 different charts and they are bills, expense summary, savings, budget summary, expense tracker, and no spend tracker. And basically I put all of my bills here. The budgeting column, I kind of estimate how much I would have to pay, and on the actual column I would type in the actual amount I paid that month, and I would make all of these estimation on the budget section at the start of each month, and the actual column I would fill out at the end of the month or just as I progress through the month. For example, like my rent, I'm not gonna write the exact value, but let's say it's like $1,400 or like more like $1,500 actually. Insurance is like $5 a month. My electric is like $40, my internet is another $40, then the total would be $5,445, and that would go into the total budget summary. And let's say, I'm not gonna write my total income, but if I have like, I don't know, like $1,000 a month, which is obviously not it, then basically it subtracts all of my bills, expenses, savings, and debt, and then gives me a total of how much I would have left over that month. And also in my expense summary, let's say I spent like about $200 on groceries, I actually spend a lot less. And for dining out, I usually spend like $0 to like, because I barely go out. Subscriptions about $20. Entertainment, like if I don't hang out, just $0. Personal, I spend about like, I don't know, $150 to $200 a month. Academic, usually $0 because I don't need to buy any textbooks and stuff. Expense tracker is basically where I just organize all of my transactions. So let's say I went grocery shopping, I would type in groceries, type in a random date, so January, I don't know, like 25th. And then the description is like just grocery items, I guess. Bunch of stuff. Amount, I spelled items wrong. The amount, let's say I spent like $75 at Fred Meyer's or something. Then the amount I wrote here would be calculated into the actual amount automatically, which is super convenient. Let's say I went thrifting or something. And went to like, I don't know, their store, random one, and I spent like $30. That would also be calculated into the actual amount in the personal section. Let's say I went for like an ice cream. I know that's not dining out, but I just like to include eating out or just like drinking coffee outside of my home. Dining out. Actually, I should change it to like eating out or something. And let's say I spent like $5 in coffee. Starbucks is usually where I go. Coffee. That would also be calculated in here. And the actual amount of each of the columns basically go into here, and it sums up. Let's say I have like $5,000 a month, which I don't. It would basically take $5,000 minus all the bills, minus all of my personal expenses, minus my savings, and minus any debt I have, and then it will give me a final amount. That's how I budget now, and any money I have left over, I would put it into savings for next month. And oh, I forgot the savings column. I also like to have like emergency funds, like I don't know, like 40 to 50 a month, and then like gifts, which is like 20 to 30 a month, and that also gets calculated out here. And finally, I have the no spend tracker, and basically I just put a check mark if I spent something that day, or if I didn't spend any money that day, I would do a check mark on this section. And basically it's just to track how frequently I spend money, and if I see that I spend a lot on one month, the next month I'll try my best not to spend as much money as before. So yeah, that is basically how I budget. It has been working great so far. I love it. This is just a template. I'm not going to show you my actual spendings because I want to keep that personal, private. But yeah, that's how I budget now. And I will be doing this for a long time because I actually love it so much. And that is it for my video. Thank you so much everyone for watching. I hope it was helpful in giving you like a better understanding or like a different idea of how you can also organize your life and all your different aspects of your life. I hope it was inspiring to some degree. I hope you can use it and like just change it, modify it to your liking and in a way that works best for you. Again, thank you and see you in a different video. Bye.